your thoughts.
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Wednesday. It's August the 21st right here on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV. Anywhere, everywhere you get this show. Thanks for hanging out with me. We got a good one for all of you today. Going to be talking to the Calhoun County Fair. Patrick going to be joining us via Zoom in just about 15 minutes or so. Then at 10:10, we're talking to Lacy McDonald, getting our local history segment going bright and early on a Wednesday. And then my dad joins us at 10:35. Coach Greg Nasello is going to fill us in on the Alton High Boys soccer team, the summer league they had, the success of it, and what they're looking to do in the regular season. All that comes down the pipeline in the next 2 hours. But if you want to be a part of it, you can. Comment, text in, and let me know what you want to talk about today. At 9:02, here's what's happening around the River Bend, and we'll dive right into that daily email update that has 70,000 subscribers. You just go to RiverBender.com, click sign up, put your email address in for free, and you are up to date and in the know of all things local, joining 70,000 people every morning at 7:30. We'll take you to Madison County first. A single vehicle crash on I-255 in Madison County has resulted in one fatality yesterday afternoon. The incident occurred shortly after 4 p.m. on the southbound lanes of I-255 near Stutz Road. Here's what we know. Authorities report that the vehicle veered off the roadway, crashed through a fence, and came to a rest upside down. Emergency responders from the Fosterburg Fire Department, Madison County Sheriff's Department, Illinois State Police, and the Madison County Coroner's Office were on the scene to provide assistance. Further details about the crash are not immediately available. You can stay tuned to RiverBender.com for updates as more information rolls out. In terrible news this morning, a Bethalto man is facing multiple felonies for allegedly admitting to repeatedly stabbing his dog. Nicholas Dooley, 25 years of age, has been charged with animal torture and aggravated cruelty to animals. On August the 8th, Dooley, seen with lacerations on his hands at Alton Memorial Hospital, told security officers he had killed his dog. Officers found the dog deceased from multiple stab wounds in his apartment. Dooley, who has a history of involuntary commitment and signs of mental illness, is undergoing a mental fitness evaluation. He remains in custody, and charges are based upon probable cause. An Alton couple, Anthony L. Glenn, 55, and Jasmine Kia, 36 years of age, are facing several charges of battery against children and weapon-related offenses. Here's the latest. Both have been charged with aggravated domestic battery, with Kia facing an additional count and a charge for possessing a firearm without a valid FOID card. Glenn has additional charges for unlawful use of possession of weapons by a felon and for domestic battery. The charges stem from incidents where Kia allegedly beat a 16-year-old with an extension cord and a crock pot, while Glenn allegedly strangled a 14-year-old and beat the same 16-year-old. The victims were removed from their care and they disclosed years of abuse. Both defendants admitted to some of the charges and remain in custody in the Madison County Jail. We will keep you updated as more details do emerge from that case. As the new school year begins, Meadowbrook Intermediate School is implementing departmentalized classrooms for its 4th and 5th graders. Here's what that means. Students now spend their days divided between 2 teachers, one for science and math and another for language arts and social studies. Now, this change aims to provide more comprehensive instruction and prepare students for middle school. New principal Shelby Norris emphasized the benefits of this model, noting that it helps with the transition to multiple classes in middle school. The departmentalization has been well received by students and their families, and it allows teachers to specialize in their subjects. Additionally, Meadowbrook has reintroduced band and added STEM classes or STEAM classes, for their curriculum, providing students with even more opportunities for growth and learning. Norris enthusiastic about the changes and looks forward to implementing new programs in the school to support students and their success. Also in the news this morning, this was happened a couple of days ago, but Route 66 is mourning the loss of legend Rich Henry, the beloved operator of Henry's Rabbit Ranch in Staunton, who passed away suddenly last Friday. For nearly 30 years, Henry's unique blend of Volkswagen rabbits and live rabbits made his ranch a must-visit for travelers from around the world. Graduating high school in 1965, Henry's passion evolved into a thriving business on friendship and animal care. His ranch, styled after vintage gas stations of the 30s and 40s, attracted visitors from countries like South Korea, China, Russia, and more. Henry's legacy on Route 66 and his community contributions will be cherished by many. You can see my conversation with Rich about a year ago to the date on RiverBender.com/video, where he detailed his love for everyone that made the trek to and from Route 66. Also in the news this morning, State Senator Christopher Belt has announced that 25 school districts in the area will receive over $12 million in additional funding to address financial challenges. Belleville Township School District 201 will receive $3 million, and Belleville School District 118 will get $630,000. The funding, derived from Illinois' evidence-based funding formula, aims to make school funding more equitable by considering factors such as total enrollment, poverty rate, and number of special education or English language learners. The initiative, supported by the 2017 Illinois Senate Democrat-backed formula, ensures disadvantaged schools receive adequate funds for quality education. Also in the news today, Commander Nick Novicic was honored yesterday for his exemplary service to the Cross River Crime Task Force, while Chief Deputy Marcus Polito was appointed as the new commander. State's Attorney Tom Hain and Sheriff Jeff Connor presented Novicic with a plaque recognizing his contribution since his appointment in 2022. Under his leadership, the task force achieved significant milestones, including 11 deployments, over 1,000 traffic stops, and the recovery of approximately 60 illegally possessed firearms. Polito, with over 22 years of experience at the Alton Police Department, expressed his excitement to continuing task force mission of enhancing public safety in Madison County. At 9:09, that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. That is not lying to you on your screen if you have not made it outside yet. It is 64 degrees in downtown Alton on August the 21st. If you told me that 1,000 times, I wouldn't believe you. This is incredible. Coming up today, we'll see our temperatures reach just right around 75 degrees, now calling for a chance of rain. That's interesting. A high today of 75, a low of 52. On Thursday, a high of 78, a low of 54 degrees. Coming up on Friday, this is when we start to heat up quite a bit. A high of 85 degrees on Friday, a low of 67. On Saturday and Sunday, mirror images of each other. On Saturday, a high of 90, a low of 71 degrees, and on Sunday, a high of 90. Yet again, a low of 70. Now back to today. Here's the air quality forecast. Air quality right around 40, which is good. Grass levels are moderate today. Mold is low. Ragweed is high. The tree levels are low. And the UV index is very high. So if you're going to be going out today in the afternoon anyway, go ahead and slap some sunscreen on. They are predicting some showers this morning. I'm going to take a quick check at our weather radar today, and it looks like just outside of Edwardsville, we're seeing some bubbling up here, and we could see some sprinkles and showers in the next couple of hours, but it's looking like a pleasant day. It was almost cold walking into work. 64 degrees at 9:10. We're going to reach 75 degrees today for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. I seriously just can't get over the fact that it's August. You know, I mean, we got lucky this year. And I mean, because every August, right, when I used to start soccer for like Alton High School or even the club, it was brutal. I mean, you just couldn't even move, or every time you moved, you just had buckets of sweat on you. Now it's 60 degrees and life's looking good on a Wednesday. Hey, life's looking very good this coming Saturday, August the 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. This is a staple event where we can expect another round of thousands heading down to the Alton Amphitheater for the Alton Food Truck Festival, Saturday, August the 24th from 4 to 8 p.m., which is featuring a variety of food trucks, live music, free admission. I'm telling you what, let me take a look at this. We aren't just talking food trucks. Let me just kind of go down the Rolodex here for you. Beast, Barbecue, Cajun Seduction, Doughboys, Duchess Rosé Royal, Fire and Ice, G Burrito, Go Euro Go, Grace Chicken and Fish, Jive Turkey, the Mobile, Mr. Noodle, Scoops and more. I gotta keep going. Soul Tacos, Spud Shack, The Sweet Side, Tacos, Tro's, Cajun Barbecue, Tuk Tuk Thai. Trucks will have food only available for purchase. Beverage stations will also be located throughout the event, so you can support the amphitheater by purchasing some nice cold drinks. The successful Alton Food Truck Festival returns this Saturday, August the 24th at the Alton Amphitheater. Gates are open from 4 to 8 p.m. This is a free event open to the community. No tickets needed, but you do need money to get your food. Hey, you can see me and RiverBender.com on hand from 4 to 6 p.m. live at the Alton Food Truck Festival on Saturday. Then, right after the Food Truck Festival, we're going to go see their neighbor, the Alton Marina, as they're celebrating their 28th birthday. It is a doubleheader, a double dose of CJ on a Saturday. That could mean a lot of different things, but this is meaning for broadcasting today. I'm sorry you got to see me twice, but you can if you want to on RiverBender.com for the Alton Food Truck Festival, 4 to 6 p.m., and then at the Alton Marina from about 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. right here on RiverBender.com. I hope to see you there live at the Alton Food Truck Festival. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Hey, why don't we take a look at Skycam? We'll come back with more of our daily show after this on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Don't know why I have to drive so fast. My car has nothing to prove. It's not you, but it'll do 0 to 60 in 5
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off dog walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pins. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hey, oh, Hank Williams song. 'Cause you see, I'm a dinosaur. I should have died out a long time before. Have pity on a dinosaur.
Oh, here we go. 9:16, little bit of change. It is dropping outside, 62 degrees in August. Wow, this is amazing. Patrick, how are we doing today, man? How's the weather up in Calhoun County?
Oh, good. It's always good in Calhoun County. We always seem to get the best weather.
Well, you know, Patrick, really excited to have you on the show today. The Calhoun County Fair, it's crazy to me. Every time I look at the calendar, it just keeps getting closer and closer, like a fast forward. We are just a couple of weeks away from September 5th through the 8th and having a good thing growing.
Yeah, you're telling me we really are coming up on the fair here pretty quick, and we're working really hard to get it ready. We have a lot of events this year, so there is a lot of work to do.
Well, and take me through some of the preparations, Patrick, and how many hands are in the pot right now to make sure that this can go off without a hitch?
Well, first of all, we have a lot of volunteers that, we have to thank. Well, all of us are volunteers and volunteer our time to get the fair going, of course, but especially those who aren't directly involved in the fair. We really appreciate that. And we really appreciate all the support of our sponsors too, because they're the ones that really, make sure that the fair continues and make sure the kids get to have fun, make sure the adults get to have fun, and especially the kids being able to show off their work and their animals and all that good stuff.
Well, and Patrick, let me ask you, have you had quite an experience at the Calhoun County Fair? Take me through your history with the event.
Oh, well, shoot. I mean, I've grown up in Calhoun County, I've lived there my entire life, as a kid, going there I would say every summer, but it always happens right after school starts. But I remember, I would ride the bus to school, and a couple weeks after school would start, you'd see the rides come on the fairgrounds, and you knew it was Fair Week, and you get to go and see your artwork in the education building, maybe some photos you submitted, or if you had an animal that you put in the animal contest. You would get to see all that, and of course at the end of it you have the parade where you get candy and watch the Miss Calhoun County competition. So it's just been a tradition my entire life, and I think a big tradition for the people in Calhoun County.
Well, and what I think's really cool too on this, Patrick, is just the fact that so many entities come together and help support this event. From what it looks like on your website, take me through how important having sponsors is to really pull this off. Because we talk about it, we always see the names on our Little League jerseys, but we don't realize the importance and the impact that has. Do you care to fill us in?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we really wouldn't be able to have such a great fair without our sponsors. And just going through our list here, I mean, on Thursday we have we're sponsored by Simmons, Hanley and Conroy, which is a law firm. They're sponsoring that the Thursday, which is giving kids under 12 the opportunity to get into the fair for free. And
That's
then on
really cool.
Friday,
Sorry to cut you off, but that's really cool. Simmons and Hanley and Conroy is a building right here in our downtown Alton, and to hear that, that's really wonderful.
yeah, I mean, the local support that we get is wonderful. I mean, everybody, loves the fair, and so they want to see it continue on and have it grow and become something that that for generations on can be something that can be enjoyed. So
Really cool. And so that starts. What time does it start on Thursday, Patrick?
So Thursday we start off with we always start off at 6 o'clock with the judging of cats and dogs and poultry and rabbits. I don't know why that's always been the first thing that happens. I guess because everybody loves dogs and cats. And also this year, which we started last year, we have the garden tractor pulls, which is basically lawnmowers that are souped up, and it's like a regular tractor pull, but with souped up lawnmowers, and that's at 6. And then we have the official opening at 6:30. And which there'll be a speech, and we say the national anthem, sing the national anthem, things like that. And then at 7 there's the talent show at the grandstand. So busy evening.
Well, and let me ask you a little bit more about this too, just because I could only imagine seeing some of the dogs and cats. There's got to be some beautiful animals that are in this the judging of departments. You want to fill me in on this and just some of the sights and sounds, some of your favorite moments from this the opening event?
Yeah, so people work all year to, get their animals groomed, and um I've never put an animal in the show, but I know it is a lot of work. It honestly it's hard to get my dog to take a bath,
That's
but
what I was
let
getting ready to
alone
say. I would have been just embarrassed the moment I got the dog out
yeah.
of the car, you know?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, people train their animals, and the kids, they put a lot of work into it. So it's nice whenever you get to see that the look of gratification on their face that they did a good job and they get an award and all that good stuff.
That's wonderful. That's really cool. And now this garden tractor pull, you said you started it last year?
Yeah, we had a group that come to us last year that was interested in doing a tractor pull. It's like a local group, and we were like, of course, what's more Calhoun County Fair than another tractor pull? So it's sort of a fun, different event. The tractors are, like I said, lawnmowers, but they're, not your traditional lawnmower. You get your lawn mowed pretty fast if you had this lawnmower, um, but yeah, so it's kind of an interesting,
I,
unique little event.
I love the garden tractor pull. Seriously, there's something about them, and just seeing all the work that goes in, and just seeing how creative they can be, wonderful.
Absolutely.
What I think's really cool too is having the opportunity to showcase the talents off. What are some of the most unique talents that you've seen on display here at the fair over the years?
Gosh, well, last year Calhoun County actually won first place in the state competition. So each county, they have their talent show. They actually send the first place winner to the state competition at the state convention for the county fairs, and we actually won for two sisters. I believe they're sisters. They did a dance routine, and I mean, this is very well choreographed, flips and all kinds of dance routine. I call it dance, but it's gymnastics, I guess. But it was such a good talent, I guess, that they actually won first place statewide.
That's really cool. That's really cool. And then to get that recognition, I'm sure starting out at the Calhoun County Fair and then winning it all, the big one, that's got to be great for the entire crew.
Oh yeah, we all the Fair Board members that were at the convention, we came down and watched, and we were probably screaming a little too loud. We were cheering them on because to come from a county of less than 5,000 people and win in a state as big as Illinois is just an amazing honor.
Oh, I could only imagine. And as we Patrick get into Friday, this opens at 7 o'clock at night on Friday.
Yeah, on Friday we open at 7, and we actually probably open at 6, a little bit earlier than that. But the biggest event there will be the actual tractor pull. the big tractor pull, which is the Illinois Farm Pullers
Oh
truck pull.
yeah, that's
Uh,
cool.
yeah, and we have that presented. Our sponsors for that are our Farm Credit Services of Illinois and the Calhoun Ferry Company.
That's really neat. With this, we're talking huge tractors here, aren't we here, Patrick?
Yeah, those are a little bit bigger. They're not not a lawnmower, but
Right.
that's your traditional tractor pull that everybody comes out and it's fun to watch. That'll be at 7.
Do you guys have a Calhoun County Fair record for? Do you guys keep track of that?
Well, I believe that's all kept by the state. They do keep record of, the times or I guess it's distances is how they measure it. Um, and they do keep that record. I could not tell you what the record is, but that all gets reported up to the state. So these are some serious competitions.
That's super cool. I just think this is really awesome. I love every bit of it because every time I go to and I haven't made it up to Calhoun yet, but I am going to this time around the Horn, is just seeing the sights and sounds of it all. And I could only imagine, right after right during the Illinois Farm Pullers truck pull, you got the Junior Miss Calhoun pageant. And is this one of the highly attended events, a part of the fair?
Yeah, I would say our pageants are one of the most attended events, especially the Miss Calhoun County, the older Miss Calhoun, but the Junior Miss is also well attended as well as the Little Miss. That's one of your traditional county fair, activities is going and seeing the pageants and seeing who's going to win. Um, let's see.
And I also see Trojans going to be the entertainment on the grounds.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that band, but I hear good things about them. So we always have some entertainment there, out by our food stands for everyone to come and listen and just enjoy some music. If you're not really into the tractor pulls or the pageants, you just want to sit and relax on the fairgrounds, we'll have some music that evening.
Well, and that's why I just think it's always there's always something for everybody. You can always feel comfortable putting your family in the car and heading on down the road, knowing that we're all going to have something at some point in the evening to enjoy.
Yeah, and that's sort of our motto with the Calhoun County Fair. Safe family fun for everyone. So safe, affordable family fun.
I
So
like it.
that is kind of our motto. So we like to stick with that, make sure that everybody has an opportunity to enjoy something and, in a safe and affordable way.
Man, all I know is you guys got a marathon on Saturday, September the 7th. We're on your website now. For everyone at home that wants to know how I'm getting this beautiful calendar of events, calhounfair.net/schedule, and it'll take you right to it. Patrick, if you could, fill me in on Saturday. I mean, this just looks like where do we start?
Yeah, so well, Saturday again, we've started doing some new things here and got some good sponsors. Saturday is sponsored by Ryan Bland. He's a real estate agent out of Calhoun, and he does a really good job. I always see his stuff posted and stuff that he's selling. But Saturday starts very early, which and again it starts with this judging of 4-H exhibits and animals and the horse show, which people get there for the horse show and judging the animals and the exhibits. They get there at like 6 a.m. in the morning to get ready for the 8 a.m.
Oh,
judging. So that is an early morning for
wow.
people. So, but that's just all the
Dedication.
work that they put into it.
Yeah, you're right. And that's something, Patrick, I think so cool too. Sorry to cut you off. It's just, we always talk about, athletes and getting ready for the big Friday Night Lights game or getting ready for a big soccer tournament or baseball tournament, but we don't talk about the hard work that goes into this. And it is very hard work, especially when you're, working with a live creature trying to get, everything going.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine they clean out the stalls and and these are farm kids, so they're probably used to it.
Yeah,
But as a person who does not live on a farm, I mean, I am just amazed by
I
the
wouldn't
work
last.
that these kids do.
Yeah, I'm right here with you, and I'm seeing Maddie Shell. She has performed quite a bit up there, or in that area. I know that she was at the Jerseyville Civic Park a couple of months ago. She's been making a name for herself.
Yeah, I would say so. She does a really good job.
Really cool. And now that's in Ag Family Day. Take me through all that what goes into that.
Yeah, so Ag Family Day is going to be a big day. We have a bunch of different sponsors coming out. There's going to be I believe, a Touch the Truck event where kids can come out and see different uh, big machinery, big trucks, fire trucks, the whole sort. We have the Calhoun County Farm Bureau and Tri-County FS sponsoring the day, so they're going to be giving out different treats, and I know we have some different free gifts that are going to be given out. I don't have a list of all of those in front of me right now for some reason, but I know that there's going to be you can actually get little sapling trees that's going to be handed out, and it's just going to be a lot of stuff for the kids to enjoy that afternoon.
Really cool. And now, what's the Junior Olympics?
So the Junior Olympics is something new that we had added, I believe, last year, and that's basically Olympics. There's, different foot races and different little competitions for kids to do, and of course they win an award at the end. Um, and yeah, just basically the kids competing in different fun events.
That's awesome. And again, just going back to having something for everybody. And now from 12 to 4, what's are senior citizens getting in free? Am I reading this right?
Yeah, on Saturday we do a free senior day from 12 to 4, just a way to give back to our senior citizens, So and they like to get lunch up there. I don't blame them because all the food is amazing. So if you're a senior citizen, come on out and get some lunch.
Really cool. I know I'm going off subject here, but if you had to pick the go-to fair food for Patrick at the Calhoun County Fair, what is it?
That's a really, really hard question.
I figured it would be.
I was just talking to someone how when I go to the fair, I plan on eating everything. But I do love the corn dogs out there. Those are really, really good. But I really honestly could not pick a favorite. I try to eat everything at every stand, as much as I possibly can.
That's awesome. Same here. I wouldn't last. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a heart attack if I go up there, Patrick.
Yeah.
Hey, at 2 p.m., I'm seeing that pedal pull is gonna be happening. Now, what's pedal pull?
So that's something that the Farm Bureau has put on every year, and that is like a miniature tractor pull. It's even smaller than the lawn garden tractor pull. This is an actual pedal tractor that they put weights on the back, and basically the kid that can is strong enough to pull it is the winner. So sort of a miniaturized tractor pull.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Wow. And then at 5 p.m., Little Miss Calhoun pageant taking place?
Yeah, and that's a big event around here, Little Miss Calhoun. The grandstands will be packed for that one for sure.
Really cool. And then I also see that there's an ITPA tractor pull at 7 p.m.
Yep, and that is usually our big tractor pull. Those are the ones that, if you've seen them on TV or on YouTube, that's our big tractor pull. And that's the one that usually really draws a crowd, and you have to get to the fairgrounds early to really get a good spot.
So if you're wanting to go see the ITPA tractor pull, get there about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock, or get something to eat, and then go find your spot.
I love it. And then NKG band is going to be playing 7 to 10 on the grounds.
Yep, and we'll have another set of music for people who maybe aren't into the tractor pull but would like to come and eat and have their kids ride some rides and enjoy the evening.
You guys do a really good job producing the event because, the way that Sunday is, it's a perfect come down Sunday with still a lot of opportunities to have some fun. If you could fill me in, we have the parade starting at noon and then we go right into Demolition Derby. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I absolutely love the way that our fair is laid out. Sunday is always an amazing way to just wrap it up. Of course, I feel like I had to take off work on Monday to sleep
Oh, I
afterward because
bet.
there's so much going on. But Saturday we were sponsored by Two Rivers Coffee. They'll be giving out I think half price coffee coupons for their location in Hardin. But at noon we of course have the Calhoun County Parade, which has everybody in the county in, I feel like. But obviously a good opportunity to get some candy for the kids. But a really fun, awesome parade. And then immediately following the parade at 2, we have the Demolition Derby, which is sponsored by Bank of Campsville and McKinnon Farms. That's always a big event. If you're really into watching stuff get smashed together, that's the event to go to.
Well, I honestly never realized there was an art to demolition derby until a few years ago, Patrick. And I'm serious. I mean, at first I thought, I think I could do this just going out there and, knocking it around. But I'm telling you, there's a real strategy to watching these guys and how they operate.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of courage to get out there because
You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me enough to get out there.
no.
And then, oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, well, that's just another big event that takes a lot of volunteers, but people are really passionate about it. So, and and the passion, that's a good thing. I mean, they get out there and they always put on a good show for everybody. So.
Really cool. Rockabilly Revival is going to be entertaining us on Sunday at 2 p.m. That's great. And then at the Grands today, filming in on this Jerseyville show choir and jazz band. I haven't heard of this before.
Yeah, the Jerseyville, it's the high school in Jerseyville.
Oh,
Jersey
cool.
County High School.
Really cool.
Yeah, they have a show choir and jazz band. They performed every year as long as I can remember. And it's sort of our interlude between the Demolition Derby and the Miss Calhoun County pageant. Obviously the Miss Calhoun County pageant is a huge event, which is sponsored by Beck's Seed Company and Matt Camp. That's a huge event that everybody comes out for because everyone wants to know who's Miss Calhoun County for the next year. Since it's on a Sunday, it's that's sort of like the last big thing of the fair, and everyone wants to be in the know.
And Patrick, I think what's really cool too is the fact that you hit it on the head perfectly is the passion, and when you see folks that are so into their specific event, it's got to make you and other, volunteers, committee members just feel really good about what you're doing for the county. Because, it's one of those things where we just expect a county fair to happen every year, but we don't realize all the work that you guys put in probably the day after the event for next year.
Right. I mean, it does take a lot of work to put the fair on, but whenever I get to talk to the people who are out on the fairgrounds and they just tell me how much they love the fair and how it's been a tradition for their entire life and their parents' entire life and just getting to see kids run around and have a good time. I mean, that makes it all worthwhile.
100%. And what's your takeaway maybe for folks that haven't stopped up yet to the Calhoun County Fair? Maybe they're down in the Madison County portion of the Riverbend coverage area. What's your kind of sales pitch for them if they haven't experienced the Calhoun County Fair before?
I will say that if you have not experienced the Calhoun County Fair, you may have never experienced a real traditional county fair. And everyone knows that Calhoun County is a small, quiet, good place to visit. We have the beautiful river, the beautiful bluffs, and the fall is always an amazing time to come to Calhoun County. But if you need an excuse to drive on up, the Calhoun County Fair is the perfect excuse to get up here and experience, a different way of life, maybe a way of life that doesn't exist everywhere else, and just enjoy a good traditional county fair and a good time.
I love it. That was a hell of a pitch there, Patrick. That was great, man.
Yeah.
Patrick Simon, Calhoun County Fair comes our way September 5th through the 8th. September 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. If you guys want more information, we'll link everything on RiverBender.com, taking you to their schedule. We have a good thing growing up in Calhoun County, and a big thanks to their sponsors. And Patrick, once again, thank you for your time and informing us on the Calhoun County Fair today.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. The time's 9:38. A little bit of change, and our daily show continues right after this in downtown Alton and on, get over here, Roku TV.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Cigarette you're smoking, I'll scare me half to death. Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun,
Welcome back. Hey, I wanted to fill you guys in as we are rolling back around the corner here on this 21st day of August. We're doing a little bit of some site maintenance here, so if you see the overlay not changing, it's all good. We're just taking care of a little bit of business right now because we have so many people that are on our website all the time. It's wonderful, and we love to have you. Hey, I wanted to do this. I have a really exciting opportunity coming up tomorrow for all of you. And actually, it's not my opportunity. I was just lucky enough to kind of piggyback on this. Mike Weller, AP Cigar, is going to be at Max tomorrow night. And what they're doing tomorrow night is they're going to do AP Cigar after hours. And at AP Cigar, what they're going to do is they're going to bring their vendors in down to Max and really have, a really great special. For $50, you get 4 cigars or maybe 5 cigars, 4 or 5 cigars. You get free appetizers even if you just show up to Max. You get a bunch of fun. Well, during the event, we're going to be going live on Thursday nights on the last Thursday of each month, and we're just going to kind of, hang out, not really have a direct call to action, not really have a direct point, but just kind of having some good opportunities to have some good conversations and just relaxing on a Thursday night. I like it if you ask me. So why don't we do this while we're getting everything taken care of on our end? Here's our conversation with Mike Weller, and we talk all about the Cigar After Hours, and we hope to see you there tomorrow night. Here's more now. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Mike Weller, Josh Dowdy. First time I've had Josh in studio. How are you doing, man? Well, this is exciting. After hours.
AP After Hours.
Fill me in. Max in downtown, right on 3rd Street. What a better location, for an after-hours event than Max.
Well, we didn't want to drive either. So,
Good point.
Yeah, walking distance is where it's at.
Good point, man.
Yeah. No, so, name a better patio to enjoy cigars on. Heat in the winter, AC in the summer, a million TVs. I'm pretty sure. I lose count. I tried to count the other day. I just stopped counting. So
That's what happens with me, too.
No. Right. It's like, I'm like, this is going to be absolutely perfect. Plus, the service, the staff, everything that they do is so consistent. So we couldn't pick and especially so close to the shop. We wanted to be close to the shop. So what we do on Thursday nights, we close at 6, and then we wanted to do something to, kind of just go have some food and drinks with our customers, and then wanted to invite other people, maybe Max customers, to check our stuff out. And we've been working on setting this stuff up about a year. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just kind of ironing out details. We just didn't want to, we wanted to put the best face forward and have everything worked out nicely. So working with Robbie, everything's kind of panned out.
Well, and Josh, I heard you're pretty much the boss of the shop.
He really is.
What's it like going to be when you're able to close the doors and just walk over with Mike to Max and enjoy with, an additional customer base there, too?
So, it's kind of what we do normally anyway.
I was like, no, it's not too much different than every other.
I'll shut the hell up.
Every other day, we just shut the doors and go.
So I don't drink, but we go over and have dinner at Max all the time, so we're kind of just inviting the customers to come do like what we normally do and hang out outside of the shop.
Well, what you just said's cool too, because not everyone's a drinker, from what I'm starting to realize now, and being able to have an opportunity where, hell, some people might have a drink, some might not, but just to go relax with some good cigars and just good conversation
and good food.
Yeah,
and Max is a good atmosphere for that too, because there's a lot of places around. I won't name any names, but if you're not drinking, you don't really belong there. So, but Max is
true.
Max is great because there's all sorts of different, diversity and walks of life there. So there's always conversations. We'll be smoking some
Yeah.
cigars.
There's even kids there. We're gonna bring flavored cigars for the kids.
Our popsicle cigars.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We don't serve kids.
I want to thank everybody for a great 2 years on the show. But getting back into this, I'm excited because we're going to try to do a live show Thursday nights down there, and to have some people coming and just having conversation. That's really what the whole atmosphere of AP Cigars about too.
It is, and whenever I was working with John and talking, and then you kind of snuck in and was eavesdropping on our conversation.
Had to,
right, and your point of view was beautiful. From like, well, wait, you guys sit around and smoke cigars and talk. Well, I sit around and talk to people. We just don't smoke cigars inside. So you're like, can I come over and do something here? Like, yeah, absolutely, bro. How awesome would that? Talk to some of the customers, whatever. It's such a beautiful thing. We've talked before on the show. It's really not so much about the cigar. It's supposed to be about elevating what you're doing. And if it's conversation with somebody new or somebody that you've known in your lifetime, that's what it's about. It's just elevating that experience.
Well, you're right, man, because look at the beer garden, on a Thursday night or a Friday night, or hell, even any night really, but everyone's coming together. It seems like people from different age groups are just chatting it up. Hey, how are you been? I haven't seen you in a while. And you're right, what better venue to really kind of tie all that together too.
Yeah. And we wanted to do something. We can't sell liquor. We don't have, a kitchen. We don't have any TVs in our cigar shop. So when we want to go watch, the fights, or if we want to go eat, and then have a cigar right afterwards, that's exactly what we do.
Where we go.
Yeah. So
that's what I think so cool about this. Yeah. You're just doing what you normally do.
Kind of just doing what we normally do. We're just inviting everybody to come join us.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out a place to do an event, and we're like, well, we come to Max to meet and talk about the stuff, and we're like, why don't we just come here? So that's kind of what happened.
we take reps there when they're done working. So we're always going there anyway. So it just seemed to be like a perfect fit, and we just had to work it out with Robbie and Mac, and everybody was super excited to do something.
Well, I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but I'm reading on the official event listing. Join us for a free appetizer, cash bar, full delicious menu, of course, off-track betting, which we all know, tons of TVs, but the poker machines as well. Free appetizer. How'd you swing this one?
Well, so it's easy. Just throw money at them. So here's what we're doing, and Josh did a lot of the numbers and stuff. So and actually briefed me right before we walked in. Yep. But
good job, Josh.
Yeah, no, that's his. He keeps me straight. Yeah. So but yeah, so you come in at so it's going to be from 6:30 to 9:30, the very last Thursday of every single month. Mm-hmm. So Halloween, Thanksgiving,
day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas, we will be there. Yep. Max goes 365. We're not that crazy, but we will not miss an event.
We're
on
pretty
this.
crazy.
That's true.
We're usually open on like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. Just like the occasional couple hours here and there.
Well, that's what I like, Josh, because that's what you guys are all about, is to have that opportunity. Because hell, we all been a part of Christmas time, and every once in a while we all need about an hour or maybe 4 to get away. And
that's why I
2 weeks or 2 years. Sometimes 2 years. Like I did Christmas with you guys. I'm good for a minute. So Josh started opening up just because, almost never does like a family event take all day long. Mm-hmm. And man, and there's a lot of people that come into town and maybe they're only in town for the day, and it's like, man, it sucks they didn't get to experience the shop because we're closed. And what are we doing? Well, we're not doing.
I'm gonna go home and smoke cigars by myself, so I might as well open up the shop and have people hang out.
So doing this event on the last Thursday of the month was we had to. That was kind of one of the biggest deals was. And then we just picked last because it's the easiest to remember. Yeah.
Well, and too, Mike, not a lot of people have a lot of family left. And because there's times where we'll go into, I've stopped by a bar, the day after Christmas or even the days leading up to it. Right. And they're there because they don't have a family to really go to and spend time with. So that's cool.
We have those folks too. And that's kind of really why we opened up, to give them a spot to not sit at home alone.
Right.
And when I quit drinking, I used to go to bars every holiday. I'd get done at the family stuff, and then I'd be hanging out at the bar until super late. The bars were always busy. So now that I don't drink anymore, I'm at the cigar shop. So I'm like, I might as well open up because people are looking to hang out after. Some people don't go to sleep till midnight, so we just hang out.
Well, what I think's cool is too that you're that there's a T-shirt that's coming with this.
Yes. Yeah. So getting back into it. So last Thursday of the month, 6:30 to 9:30. Mm-hmm. Appetizers going to roll out real close to 6:30. If you walk into the beer garden, there is a back section kind of close to, I guess, the furthest away from Bell Street. And then it holds 20, 30 people. And we're not we don't have to stay there at all. But we're going to bring the appetizer up there so that I'll come in. And then, we'll have cigar deals from different vendors each month. The event T-shirt will have our logo on it, Max logo on it. Plus, it'll say AP After Hours at Max. I did do something I didn't tell Josh until just now. So, because he loves when I do this.
How many times has this happened, John?
All the time.
It's been happening a lot recently.
Yeah, I've really had a bug up my butt, So each month we're doing this, and I think I'm going to try to mix up the shirt color every
colors.
month.
You did tell me that.
Ah, damn.
Oh, see, Josh is a step ahead, man.
I was trying to see if I can catch him. So,
nope.
Well, what's the big prize?
So the big prize is going to be, it'll vary from rep to rep. Yep. So, if we have, I'm going to drop cigar companies that, you may or may not know, but, there's a cigar company called Gurkha. If the rep comes through, they're going to do a day event at the shop, and then the evening event will be the after hours at Max. So what our goal is to bring in, 10, 11, 12 different reps for next year. So we're really ironing out all the wrinkles in the next few months, gauging the crowds, and then, we can push this to the the cigar industry and see who wants to throw an awesome party for our local customers here. So this is, we've advertised the last couple of years to everyone away,
right,
to say, hey, we have a cigar shop right here in Alton, and we've brought those people in. We've done really well. Now, since this is AP and Max, it's really more of a local thing. Local-ish, right?
Right.
So we really just want to concentrate, and you're going to get a deal on cigars. Yep. You get a free T-shirt for the event. I went a little crazy on the shirt quality, so we have the super soft, nice.
They're gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
what did you let him do over there, John?
So he was stuck working, so I was at the shirt. I was at Alton printing by myself, so you can't leave me unattended. I spend dumb money. So
we had a plan of execution before he went, and then he comes back and goes, so we had a plan, and I went totally against that plan.
I
was
didn't
like,
go
okay.
against that plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went a whole whole different direction, and that's fine.
Yeah. So, well, certain things we wanted to do just were really, really unfeasible. So, we just kind of went back to kind of somewhat simple and basic. We wanted to do like logos on each sleeve.
Yeah.
But then it's like $2 and $2, and you're like, oh,
That starts to add up. Really fast,
man. So, but we're gonna print. I got 40 shirts coming for the first one this month, August 31st. Yeah, August 31st, and then I think we'll just keep those colors, whatever's left. Yeah. But we'll just bring in a new color for the next month. So
there you go.
Yeah. So like October, obviously we're gonna do orange with black, and then I think the color for August is a light green. So we kind of got close to that. So yeah, I'm just just trying to like have some fun, and you can have 12 shirts. 12 different colors if you come to all of them or whatever. So,
well, and how much is it for the shirt?
So the shirt comes. So what we've done is we packaged up basically the cigar deal. You get a T-shirt, and then you get a vent for a big prize, or a ticket for a big prize. So we're actually going to draw for that prize that night. So if there's 10 of you, that's awesome. You have a 1 in 10 chance to win something.
One person shows up, they get the prize.
Obviously, they're going to win. So, I don't know if that's. Hopefully that's not going to happen.
I don't think so. I
don't want 4 people over a whole weekend.
all one of you out there come to get the prize, and then if 40 people show up, then
right.
Well, so how much is the ticket and the T-shirt?
No. So the cigar deal, so this month it's just going to be $50. We're going to try to.
Are
make
you
sure.
serious?
So you get 4 cigars for the $50, which is a discounted deal.
Oh my god!
You get the free
Plus the
appetizer.
T-shirt.
And a T-shirt, and then you get entry automatically into it. So you don't have to buy anything. Just show up, and if you want this deal on these cigars, that's how you get the shirt and the raffle ticket.
And we'll have other cigars for sale. As well,
We're gonna take other cigars.
That's cool.
Right there. So we actually will probably take some popsicles, and we will.
Yeah,
we call them popsicles. They're flavored cigars.
Really?
Yeah, we'll take some popsicles in. We'll have cherry and this and that, and it'll be But we want to bring like a small representation of our shop over. So if you see us pushing the old AP cigar cart, don't.
That's cool as hell, though.
Don't rob us.
Yeah.
That's our whole life in that cart. So don't take it. But yeah, so we're gonna just try to spread our love a little bit. Mac and Robbie both have been absolutely so gracious to me, my mom. Us down here, and and then plus he's got the venue that is climate controlled and pretty, and he's not one that wants to settle either, and so we're kind of in the same boat.
Well, you guys have a same idea too. It's about working together to achieve more. It's like ridiculous. We're at this point where it seems like, and not here locally in Alton, but especially in other communities, it's become like factions, where it's like we all got to do this on our own. And
absolutely. When we had the ribbon cuttings not that long ago, and I think I was here before that, right?
Yeah.
There was people from all over at both of them. It was absolutely beautiful. Like, ones that you would think, hated you. Maybe they do. That's why they're there. I don't know. But,
it could be.
but it was still, it was very genuine. It was really, I thought, really pretty, man.
It was crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be a turnout, and I show up to work and there's already like 20 people there.
Way too many people there. So
it
was a really beautiful thing. So I want to thank the community for coming out and
then our customers turned out too, because after they did the ribbon cutting, I had people in the shop for the next 4 hours just hanging out, celebrating our ribbon cutting ceremony. So it was really cool.
So one of our fans went down. And then within one day, 2 different customers went and got us new fans. And so I come in, I go, Josh, you buy all these? I'm just thinking, just planning ahead, where the money went.
Happens,
yeah, right. And I go, did you buy these? And he goes, no. This guy showed up before we opened with one, and this guy came later with one. And I'm like, look how much positive experience we give our customers to where whenever we got with something, we needed something, they just came through. So I was just like, it was, sometimes it's like a whole bunch of stuff happening at once, and it'll make you overwhelming. But then if you step back and look, you're like, oh, we're doing a good job in this town.
Yeah.
We provide something unique here. So.
Well, I'm sure that fan goes a long way too, because throughout the year, you guys deal with a ton, especially with your other properties, and you're moving around all the time. So to be able to have a moment to where someone's taking a couple of minutes, 2 people are 2 of your customers and thinking about you. Yeah, that's got to be the coolest damn thing. It's a jolt in the ass, really.
People bring us snacks and food. All the time. But we're
so fortunate.
It was just cool. It was really neat that this goes down on one day, and then 2 days later, a couple customers
Yeah, because if we went out looking for a fan, it'd be an hour and a half, 3-hour process. Because we'd go to one place to find it, they'd be out, and then that would be like half of our Monday. Gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like,
or I'd just like go try to buy a fan company and start.
he'd get frustrated at the first fan he missed, and then he'd try to create our own company.
Yeah, it'll be a whole nightmare.
Well, this is really cool, guys. I mean, a year in the making to finally get to this point. What's it feel like? Now, is it nerve-wracking now that we're here?
Well, we wanted to, our biggest thing was like, how do we get folks to stay at the event, right? And so that was like what we really had to go back and forth on. That's me, sorry. We had to really go, like, we were like trying to like just run scenarios through, like, and then it was like, where are we going to go? Like, what if it gets to be 60 people working with you? So we have to like not just plan this event, but like events in the future.
You got to,
just in case it does become, what we want it to become. And so like it was everything else, and it's like we would go to Max and literally talk about it, and like, well, look at all this space, So it finally started to come together pretty well. And then the final thing was that like we overcame mentally was like, how do we get people to stay?
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, let's feed them and then give them something awesome at the end.
Right.
So that way they're just going to sit there for a couple hours, enjoy cigars, watch football. Thursday night football's getting ready to start in September.
In true cigar nature, after the prize is drawn, there's probably going to be people hanging out for the next 30 minutes to hour or so.
So we're hoping in the future, like we'll have a particular brand that'll come through, and like we will book our events with these companies on that last Thursday.
That's
so cool. They'll do a daytime, and then so a lot of our customers, they work during the day, so they can come to the nighttime, and if they're working nights, they can come during the day event. So we're giving our customers complete opportunity to take advantage of all the rep deals.
That's really cool. Well, and now, do you got any upcoming vendors you want to kind of plug for the next couple of months, or is it going to be 1 month at a time rollout?
So, that's right now we're just going to, I think we'll have, I don't really want to plug too many.
Okay.
We're going to stay as close to the, we're probably going to work to the last minute on every single month. On
I bet. I could see that.
Just because it's like, we're not on their agendas.
Right.
So we're going to try to like force them to come do this stuff because we'd like to get a couple reps in just to get their feedback to how we can make this event better for the reps itself. So we still have a little more research to do, but we can definitely enjoy some cocktails while we're figuring it out.
Hell yeah.
Or I will. I always drink Josh's for him. So
I'll just drink coffee.
Then he drives me back. So
Well, I got a question for you. How do we get the special for the $50 for the 4 cigars, the appetizer, the T-shirt, and the raffle?
So the app's free no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anybody
appetizer's
that
free.
attends,
Come up. I mean, prefer if you're a cigar smoker, but you want a couple toasted raviolis or whatever's out there, come on up, and you can purchase right then and there because we want you to be present.
Yeah.
And then we want you to, you're getting a discount off the cigars. Then the T-shirt just comes with it. Then the raffle drawing just comes with it. So show up at Max 6:30. When do we?
6:30.
We're drawing at 9.
We're drawing at 9, but we'll be going like steady. We'll pack up at about 9:30.
Okay.
And I wanted to amend. You said the 31st earlier. It's the 29th. Is going to be this month. Yeah, August 29th.
Yeah, I'm on other months already.
No, it's okay.
I'm here with you, man.
I just want to.
That's why it's easier for me to go last Thursday of every
Thursday
single
of the
month, no matter
super
what.
easy. This month it'll be the 29th.
You put numbers involved, I'm done. I can't do numbers.
Same here, man. Right. I'm telling you this, though. If you guys want to have a good old time, hang out with Mike, Josh, and myself. August the 30th, or 29th.
Good job, buddy.
August the 29th. The last Thursday of each and every month. And you've done the math right. That includes Halloween, Thanksgiving, and the day after Christmas.
Yep.
Wonderful opportunity to go hang out at Max. A great spot, of course, the staple, and of course, hang out with Mike and Josh and learn how to smoke cigars the right way.
Yeah, we love showing people. That's actually some of our more. Yeah. That's my favorite customer is
because I've never smoked one.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy one on air.
I will. I don't know.
On air?
I've done all. I might as well.
I love it, man.
Like it.
All right, so
that's the whole vibe.
Tune in to watch CJ's first cigar.
There we go. How much do I choke and gag? We'll find out.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting. Well, you don't want to inhale.
Right.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
Bill Clinton. CJ, get us off this.
10:30. I need to take a break. We got the athletic director for Alton High School coming up in just a couple of minutes, and I'm excited for Thursday.
It's gonna be fun.
We hope you are too. You stay there. I'll stay here on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back, 10:06. What do we got on there? That's better than a lower third that's wrong. Yeah, how about that, John? That's for you. John on the screen, not Boss John. I just wanted to clarify. Giving Brian Trust sponsor, John Zeidler, some love. Wall Street Financial. Hey, top of the hour news is we're still dealing with a little bit of our CRM and getting it cleaned up. But while we do, here's what's happening around the River Bend. And you get to look at Brian Trust, brand spanking new sponsor. You can watch Brian Trust Show, You're Beautiful, every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. This is the very big story out of Alton. The Illinois Central School Bus and the Alton Community Unit School District have issued statements following the busing issues on the first day of school. Here's what we know. On Thursday, August 15th, confusion about the bus routes resulted in some Alton Community Unit School District number 11 students riding the bus after school and others being kept at school until parents picked them up. Parents have taken to social media to express their frustrations, and many said they didn't know where their kids were for up to 2 hours after the school let out on Thursday. During the Alton Community Unit School District number 11 Board of Education regular meeting on August 20th, Scott Allen identified himself as the Regional Operations Manager for the Illinois Central School Bus. He apologized for the complications and said ICSB took full responsibility for these issues. Here's a statement. As you're aware, Illinois Central has had a particularly difficult start to the 24-25 school year. On behalf of your student transportation team, I'd like to first apologize to you, our parents, our students, our community, and administrators. I also want you to know that we take full responsibility, and we are working around the clock to fix all of the challenges. We appreciate Alton Public Schools and their efforts to work with us as we continue to work through these challenges. Allen said ICSB has added several resources to support these challenges. They're adding routing support, including working with a third party that specializes in the software used in Alton's buses. He added that one of their biggest challenges had been communication with parents, and he said they're working with these school district administrators to increase communication between parents and the busing company. Allen added that recent days have been much better, though he said there's no doubt there have been issues. 3 tearful parents spoke about the complications they faced in trying to locate their children after school. Parent April Bean said that her 5-year-old child was left at Gilson Brown Elementary School and she did not receive a call until 4 p.m. on Thursday. On Monday, Bean said her 3-year-old autistic nonverbal child was released from early childhood education at 2:50 and sat on the bus until 5:30 p.m. She said that she put on an Apple tracker to his backpack and was surprised to see that he had traveled, quote, from April's quote, all over Alton, end quote. Superintendent Elaine Kane spoke during the school board meeting and said the district is devastated by the transportation challenges that have been faced by students and families so far this year. She added that the district will continue to support students and families while these issues are being addressed. Here's her statement. We're devastated by the experience of our students and families and the transportation that has not been provided. Certainly, it goes against everything that we prioritize here in the district regarding student experience. I know everyone on our team has bent over backwards to try to make this work. The corrections process is not within our control, but we have absolutely done everything we can on our end, and we continue to advocate for our students and their families. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend at 10:10. Before we take a quick break, we don't need to dive into weather too much. We know it's beautiful outside. 60, and my internet just went down. What is it, Lacy? 65 out there? What a day. 67 degrees in downtown Alton. We'll take a quick break. Lacy McDonald joins us next for This Week in History. And man, this weather will make history 100 years from now.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. Hey, it's something there. You don't have to see my legs. Lacy McDonald, because otherwise the lower third you'd see my legs. You know what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
I guess you could. Less is more for me. Anyway, Lacy McDonald, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
So, you wrote about driving 100 years ago.
I did, yes.
Number one, how was your week?
My week's
Never
been
asked you.
great.
We just dive right in.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's all right. We chat about it. No, it's been fine. Start of school. It doesn't change for me.
How's the kiddos doing with the start of school?
Oh, great. They're very nonchalant about the whole thing. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
now,
weirdly.
Do you do like the crying thing before they go back? Do you do the tear up?
No, my kids are very like, I'm a lot more like touchy-feely than they are. They're both way more just like, they'll be like, I love you, but it's like very, and so
I love it. That's cool.
They, when they get dropped off at school, and my husband usually drops them off, but when they get dropped off at school, they've told him not to say anything when he opens the door. So he like has to just silently like, they open the door and he's not supposed to say anything and then they leave. And they're 6 and 9. It's not like they're teenagers. And so one day I was with them and one of the kids, I think my son opened the door to get out and I said, bye. I didn't even say I love you. I just said, bye. And he just turned around and glared at me and just silently shut the door.
Oh my God.
So yeah, no tears in my house.
I love it. That's great. You know what's funny though? Those teachers were like, man, those parents don't really talk to them.
I know, like I feel like a bad parent. Like people are probably like, wow, no love in that household.
You're doing great if your kids are that independent already. That's what I think.
That's
seriously.
what I mean, they love us, but they're also like, I'm my own person, and I want you to respect, the way that you interact.
Seriously,
with me.
good for you guys.
Do that.
You won. I mean, that's it. Game over, man.
I mean, there are other things, but they're very independent.
Just like, being independent in 1924 meant that you drove your own car.
Yeah. This is an interesting statistic, but one that I don't have anything to compare it to. So in 1924, there were 3,600 automobiles in the district and approximately 36,000 residents. So one automobile or truck for every 10 people.
What district?
I don't know what that means.
I just was being honest. Okay.
Alton.
Okay.
I think it's just Alton, but they would say things like in the district, and so I'd be like, well, I don't want to say in
right.
Alton if it encompasses more than this. This is one of those issues, like in the city directories. Like first, the city directories. City directories are like phone books, but they have a lot more information than that. They'll talk about like who lives at a house and what their jobs are and how many children that they have and that kind of thing. So we have those from the 1800s to the present. Not as much information now, more like just who lives there. But in the 1920s, for sure, it would have, so-and-so works at the glass factory, 1 son, 2 daughters, like that kind of thing. So the city directories were just Alton at first. And then it goes out to Godfrey. And then, gets further out the longer that you go, or like certain streets weren't included and they were. So I don't know what the boundaries of Alton were in 1924
that makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because sometimes we'll look in city directories and a street will appear, but that doesn't mean it didn't exist before. It just means it wasn't included in the official boundaries of Alton because they were always doing like border.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to say, 36,000 residents is about right for Alton proper in 1924. So I'm going to say that. In Alton, around 36,000 residents and around 3,600 automobiles. And I don't know what that would be like. That's one for every 10 people then. I don't know what it would be for now, but I assume it would be much higher than that.
I would assume 1 in 4, wouldn't you?
And that's,
I mean, seriously, something that outrageous
Yeah.
would be, for me, what I would go with.
Right. Yeah. Right. I was trying to think about it on my way over because a lot of the families I know have 2 cars.
That's
now
that's
people,
different.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
that's an interesting stat.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Now, what defines a car? Because we've seen a lot of hunks driving around these roads. Like that. That's what I want to know.
That's
See,
a good question.
what do you guys think? We always
What's
never
a
ask
car?
it.
Let's get philosophical here.
Well, it depends if you listen to that commercial. If it's got wheels and it's got a steering wheel, then they'll give you $500 for it.
Well, yeah.
So, what were the cars like back then? Because, is this right when the Model T is hitting the product line? Or?
Actually, so the second picture on there is I think the 10 millionth Model T. the 10 millionth Ford, with the first.
It's incredible.
And
they made that many of those things.
Yeah, and the first one looks very much like just a little like 4-wheel buggy,
Yeah.
no top, anything. And then by 1924, because that is a photo from 1924, they had tops. They had some window, windshields kind of thing, still open, so you could hear what other people were doing. I mean, you weren't enclosed.
You could
away
hear
or in a
the
car.
road rage.
You could hear the road rage. You'd yell at the people coming towards you. But they were dangerous. Like, people were getting hurt or killed sometimes. That's part of why they were doing this. 100 years ago, they were having a safety meeting. The Alton Automobile Club was having a safety meeting at Riverview Park. So that's what I was focused on for this article. But it was just kind of like a means for me to talk about driving, because in everything I've been looking at, there will, like we've talked about, picnic fundraisers for cindering the roads. And then you're like, oh yeah, the roads were dirt.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm getting at with this Model T. You said 10 million. Those are handmade cars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
crazy.
We don't, like my generation especially does not understand that. They're like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, 10 million. But they don't realize that that's literally like an assembly line, a person assembly line, Lacy McDonald, that made 10 million cars.
Yes.
That's insane.
And how much they changed from the first to the 10 millionth, whereas now, they'd put out 10 million cars and they'd all kind of look very similar. There might be some
well, even the brands. Like you look at a Chevy Blazer, then look at a Kia Rio, and you tell me the difference. You can't.
Right. A lot of them are built on the same chassis.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. So how do you learn how to stay alive on the roads in 1924?
One major thing was don't try to outrun a train.
No way.
No.
Stop.
I mean, there were trains all over the place.
But that was actually talked about.
Yeah.
Who was racing trains?
Well, I mean, the train was coming, and they had a lot of trains.
I get it. Okay, like don't beat the
perpendicular, not parallel.
I thought they meant like they were on the tracks racing these things.
No, well, I mean, maybe, but that was not mentioned in what I was reading.
So don't beat the trains.
Don't try to beat the train through the intersection.
Okay.
Because there were trains all over the place. Like, we don't understand now. Like, there was a train that went down what is now Piasaw. Right through the middle of town. Yep. So it's not like you're out on Humbert or whatever and it's further out. I mean, this was downtown Alton.
Right.
And I actually have a photo of a train in the middle of what is now Piasaw that I'll have in a future article.
What's the train that goes down Bon Air and Broad? Is that Piasaw too? Is that part of the Alton? Is that part of the train?
I'm not sure. Train history is one of the
wild.
most complicated.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because I put together with Don Huber and John Lindsay's help, we put together the historical display at the Alton train station. And not only is it very complicated, because they'll have, you'll get chartered in one state, and when the train goes across state lines, there's a completely new charter because it's a state-by-state thing.
Gotcha.
So not only is it this very, very complicated history, but also there are enough train buffs out there that it's like that know the details, that you can't just have sort of like a general knowledge of
because
trains,
you're getting called out.
Because you're going to get called out. Not in like a mean way, but like people know the history.
That is insane. That is like really cool insane. Yeah, like not an insult, but just wild.
And the train that would be, different names because different companies would buy it, or would go to different places. Like there were a whole bunch of different names for essentially the same lines.
Well, let me tie it into today, because there's kind of this outcry right now in Godfrey that they're thinking about legalizing ATVs on some of the roads. And, I'm a firm advocate of do not allow those things on the roads. I'm sorry. They don't need to belong there. Go somewhere else. But back in 1924, in the 1920s and in the teens, was there an outcry of why are we letting cars go on our roadways when we got to walk and, get to our places, or was this welcomed?
I think they were working really hard to figure out how everybody could coexist.
Okay.
So a lot of the focus was on pedestrian safety, on sort of keeping track of everybody being safe, not being jerks. So one of the things that they were talking about in this meeting was this this thing you were supposed to call out to drivers approaching in the opposite direction, which was, howdy, half the road is yours.
Stop.
Yeah. Yes. Howdy, half the road is yours. You just call that out to everybody that's coming towards you. And this was not Alton or St. Louis specific. Like, I found this phrase in newspaper articles all over the country, and I was looking for it because it said in the article, this was being spread from coast to coast, from the northern border to Florida, with the hope of shaming road hogs into being decent. And so I found Ohio, I found all over the place. And so this was legit, like, what you were supposed to do to get people to be decent. And there weren't lines, like, you were just kind of hoping y'all would fit. And then it was just a blank road.
You know what's funny? Honestly, that you say that, my brain, because we're just in this day and age, just automatically assumed that everyone had painted lines and we just called it a day.
Right.
Like, you're right. I'm sorry. That's a very good point.
I think that's super important because you don't think about it. Like, seminary, seminary is mentioned a million times in these articles. And until there was an article that said they were trying to raise money to cinder seminary, I didn't even think about the fact that not only was it not, and it wasn't cindered. It was just dirt.
How'd they maintain roads like that back in the day? I mean, was it just constant traffic that kind of wore down like all the growth and all the wildlife, or was it actual maintenance?
Right, like trail maintenance that you have to do now in the woods. That's a really good question.
That's my once a month, so don't expect any more.
That was it. I don't know. And a lot of times they would get stuck in the mud and stuff. So I think everybody was pretty sure that, like, okay, cars are going to be a thing. We're not trying to outlaw them. They were really just working on regulation because another thing that I saw a bunch was people's headlights were not consistent. Like, now, you have the manufacturer puts
Don't even get me going on those LEDs. They're blind to me.
Yeah. But that was an issue they were having at the time, too. Like, people had, and I don't know if they put them on themselves or if manufacturers were just putting on whatever they wanted, but that was a problem, glaring headlights. And so they actually had, like, laws about what your headlights could be like, and they were doing violation enforcement on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and now as we're getting back into the meat of the article, sorry, I went on like 85 tangents. We start talking about things like last week, and it's just, we get there. Right.
People can read the article. We can do tangents
here. That's true. See, that's very true. But when we're talking about this, like, how many people attended the meeting? Do we know? Does it describe the crowd? Because I feel like a lot of people would be really scared about this, especially because, I mean, everything funnels in. It all starts on the coast, and eventually it kind of... Everyone's nervous here because we aren't used to change.
Yeah. So what was your question? How many people were
was it a welcomed event?
It was a large crowd attended. And you'll appreciate this. It was a cold night for August, so it's appropriate that we're talking about it today. And some of the attendees were wearing their winter coats. So it was not just cold for August. It was cold.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. I almost wore a sweatshirt today, though. I mean, it was pretty chilly getting out of the house today.
Yeah.
It's funny. You never know how things repeat themselves. Now, when you were doing your research, were there some common road vocabulary? Like, instead of, hey, bow, get off my, my butt, was it, different?
Well, it was howdy, half the road is yours.
Half the road is yours.
One thing that I liked was that when they were doing this meeting, this isn't really it's specific to this meeting instead of anything else. But one of the things I liked is one of the speakers was talking about a person that lived in Alton who was one of the directors of the Alton Automobile Club. And he described Preston Owsley as a valuable citizen whose deeds are usually in the background, where the lunch is being prepared and where the lemonade made, but who is always there to do it. And I liked that because I feel like there's so many people now and in history who are like making things happen, who set up this safety meeting to try to keep Altonians safe, who are like lost to history, but like were there doing stuff behind the scenes, trying to help their community.
All I know is I'd vote for the guy that said that about me. That was very eloquently spoken. It's like very nice. That was like old English almost. How nice. But okay, getting back to the roads.
Okay.
What were the major roads in
Oh,
Alton?
the major roads. That was what you're asking. Sorry. I don't know.
Like seminary, was that one you said that was talked about?
Existed. I mean, Western Military Academy was over there,
Right.
so they had to, get to seminary. I would need to look at some maps because
That's cool. See, I just think this is why we talk. Is it's just there's so many points that could be had with just a simple safety meeting about automobiles.
Well, and a lot of the streets had different names then than they do now.
No, I got to ask you. Sorry,
Yes.
not to cut you
that's
off.
fine.
Why are and I know I've talked to was it former Mayor Walker? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Alton has a lot of the same street names because I've noticed this. Have you noticed? Is it because of the whole like the riff or what? How did that happen? Why are there a couple of different
Like Main Street? Yeah. Okay, so Alton was not Alton originally.
Right.
It was Upper Alton and Alton, and we had North Alton.
But
like
they were
a
different
bunch of
towns.
different. Upper Alton and Alton were like separate.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And I don't remember exactly when they came together, but. Yeah. So when people say Upper Alton, it's not just a designation of a place. It's like it used to be a town of its own.
That is so cool. See, that's why I wonder, because there's a couple of Eastons, there's a couple of George Streets, I think, but just really fascinating. So getting back to was it fun writing this one? Because we've been talking now for 25 minutes, and I know this has been a fun one.
This was fun. I mean, some of them are more serious. Like last week's was more serious. This one is more fun.
We did a good job, though.
We did do a good job. Yeah, I felt proud of that. But yeah, like this kind of thing. For example, like I talked last week about how I wanted to use photographs that were very specific to Temple Israel. The photographs that I used in this are from the Library of Congress, just to kind of show what automobiles were like at that time. So I feel like I can get away a little bit with doing something that's more general and not it was taken in Alton in 1924 and this is exactly what it was like. So you get a sense of what the cars are. But yeah, it was fun because I learned a lot about things just generally in Alton. And plus that phrase was just, I mean, can you imagine trying to yell that at somebody now?
I swear someone would punch me. I would, seriously, if I said that on the road right now, I'd get hit with a restraining order tomorrow. I swear they'd say I was a stalker or something. We aren't here for friendliness in this generation like that. Howdy, half the road's yours, pal. Lawsuit.
Well, and I wonder too, like how much of it was nice and how much of it was like a little bit passive aggressive.
Fat shaming.
I wish that I could know in what spirit a lot of things were.
Well, you know what? So if I ever gesture to you on the road, just know that's what I mean is howdy, pal. Half the road's yours.
Pal.
If I give you a gesture, what are you writing about? What are you writing about next?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so next week I thought I had this great article, and there was a soda fountain and a safe got blown in it, and they stole all this money. And the crazy part was that the owner was upstairs, like he lived upstairs, and it was right across the street from the temporary police department, and nobody could figure out how it got. It exploded the safe in the middle of the night and no one noticed. And so I was writing. And then I got to the article the next day because I always try to figure out what happened. And it turned out that it was staged and nobody. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what I'm really writing about is in Jerseyville, in Jersey County, there was a couple who was married. They'd been married about a year, and their fathers had traded horses. And then after 3 months, the husband's father wanted to trade back because that horse was balky, which means it would just stop when it wasn't supposed to. And it was like walking, a buggy or something. I don't know what they used it for. and the wife's father refused to trade back because it had been injured or something. So anyway, it turned into this whole thing, and the wife left the home and went back to her parents' home, and they ended up completely separating forever.
For a horse?
For a horse deal gone bad. And I couldn't figure out, we can talk about this next week, but I couldn't figure out whatever happened to the horse deal. It was in like the St. Louis Post-Dispatch in addition to being in the Alton Telegraph, and then it was like nothing ever came of it, but they married other people, so it didn't turn out well.
And you thought your relationship ended over something dumb, you know?
Yeah.
1033, Lacy McDonald. I love chat. This was a fast one today.
Yeah,
Good
it was.
article.
Thanks.
Good article. You had to save me because, I'm still service unavailable.
No.
We'll take a quick pause, but Coach Greg Nasello outside the studio. We're going to be talking to Dad right after this, seeing how the season's looking right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off dog walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back, 1036, a little bit of change. Coach Greg Nasello in studio. Our lower third still a little bit buggy, but that's okay. We'll give John a little bit more love. He's the sponsor of your beautiful Thursdays, 2 to 3 p.m. on RiverBender. But on Friday is the Red and Gray scrimmage game, correct?
That is correct, yes. It starts off our year.
How has everything gone for the summer?
It was a busy summer. We once again had our contact days, and we used as many as we can, and we hosted the summer league this year, which was a little bit different. Roxanne had been doing that for years, and their head coach was retiring, and he was stepping aside, so we picked it up, and with the help of the Irish Soccer Club helping us getting set up registration and having a great administrative staff at Alton High between our athletic director and Christy Baumgartner at the time being the superintendent, allowed us to do it at West. And every Sunday for 7 weeks, we were able to get out games and play 9v9 with 9 other schools, and it was fantastic.
Well, Chris and I were talking about it's a good opportunity, really, just to have a different start to the year. You at least get some reps and get to see some.
Well, it's not just that. You get to actually get your kids out there playing.
Right.
Instead of playing against your JV team or playing against each other, they're out there competing. And it's summer, so we preface it, guys, this isn't real. Let's not kill each other, but. And they did a very good job, and it was good. I think every coach there had positive things to say.
Well, if you play your JV team or you keep playing each other all summer too, that gets hard to do.
It is for both extents. Number one, the varsity guys get a little bored. The JV guys get a little beat up.
Yeah,
and especially right now because our numbers are not very high, and because of that we're playing some freshmen up at the JV level, which we haven't had to do in quite a while, at least not back when I was coaching the first time at Alton High. We always had 3 levels, and our freshmen rarely played up. There was a few here and there, but now we're playing them all up. And so the good thing is they've gotten to see a little bit of that here playing against our guys, and they should be ready. We're playing. Our JV team is going to actually be playing before our varsity because they're playing in the Wood River tournament next week. Which is a varsity tournament.
Oh,
yeah, because they needed a team to fill it, and we pushed them in. Now this year, half of our JV team is freshmen. So
get them some reps.
Tough. Exactly.
So how has the coaching staff been? Did you have a freshman team, or is it just like a B team for the group?
This one, what we're doing is putting some freshman sophomore games together. Our athletic director, Chris Kuznarek, has been fantastic because when he saw our numbers that way, I told him, I said, there's just no way. We can't play a freshman schedule. It's just not possible. We have 34 players in the whole program. So what he did was he went out and he scheduled some just freshman sophomore games. We've got 2 right now, maybe 3. So along with the JV games, that at least we can get them out there playing. Because the problem with playing JV, some of those kids aren't going to be able to play as much as the others. So this gives them some games that'll be devoted just to them. So and that again, you have to have administrative staff that's willing to do that because that's a lot of work to go out and schedule those extra games, and also find schools that are willing to play it.
Well, it's cool, too, just to watch and see all the people that want to be around the team right now, from volunteer coaches that want to step out and help to,
we've had so many.
It's cool. It's really nice.
What's been really, really good is that we've been able to keep our staff unified. So there's not a change over there. But like you said, we've got, Luke Atkinson is one of our volunteer coaches, along with Joel Cowan, who's a volunteer coach. Without those guys, and then, of course, my staff, which is Kurt Atkinson, that's been with me since we go back to the days when I was first doing it, and then Dustin Cowan and Toby Hennessy. We've got a really good, solid staff. So you're right. It's been a good constant.
How are the juniors from last year now seniors? You got Dylan, you got Jack Lombardi, all these guys. Last year was a little tough to start the year, but you had to get reps in. And, now all of a sudden you got guys that have been in this leadership role for over a year now. Are they kind of ready to chomp at the bit and see where it goes?
I think so. I do. We have 8 seniors total. But the 4, I believe, and I might be wrong because I wasn't there with them, but I think they started since they were freshmen.
Oh.
And, when you look at Dylan Cowan, Jack Lombardi, Gage Anderson, and Alex Tukin, and they are without a doubt, they're going to be in the key roles of the team, and they've done fantastic. I mean, it's just gotten better and better. But then you add to it Braxton Campbell, another senior that was one of our solid center backs. You go along with the other players that we got, Chad Forney, and he's been playing really strong this summer. And then Owen Sutton, Michael Anderson coming in as well. I mean, we've got a good senior base, and then our junior class with Tayden Foster, Benny Helfrich, Blake Rensing. We've got a good, solid group. So, and they've been working really hard. One of the things that we stressed this year was trying to make sure we put a stamp on this team and what we want as a program, trying to build into it. Last year we couldn't really do that because we were more concerned just getting it started. It's tough. So now that the guys know what we're doing, they know what we're about. So we've been doing that. One of the things we stressed right away is we want to come out here and give it our best effort every day. There's that you can't control a lot of things in life, but you control the effort you give. And our senior class has taken that and run with it.
Well, I mean, last year though, I think that happened during the O'Fallon game. I think that moment.
I took that season because you can't do everything at once. And that was I felt bad because I'm putting a lot of pressure on the seniors of last year to kind of do all this, and it's just too much. But they did a great job of adapting. Once we were able to get it, we went on a nice run at the end, finishing I think 8-5 in the last 13 games, including beating the #1 seed last year, which was O'Fallon.
And that wasn't done ever. No, I mean, no one ever.
It was a really good game from us.
I just think that to me was the turning point for that group. And now this year is exciting because you're seeing them out there and they're really leading the team.
And we're so solid in goal.
Yeah.
We got 2 great.
Hennessy's wonderful. Patrick's wonderful.
But you got Nolan Snyder right with him.
Oh, yeah. Nolan made a great save with that friendly the other day.
It's amazing how good our goalkeeping is. And we're able to use them as field players at times. I mean, I don't mean on the field, but I'm saying playing back to them. And it's made a big difference. Our emphasis this summer has been trying to control the ball. And we'll see how it goes. You got to play. Right now, the downside of playing all summer, we're ready to play now. We really need a game because we're just kind of going through reps of things, just guessing what we need. But until you play that game and see what's missing,
does that affect you if you keep waiting for games? Or does it get kind of stale for the guy? I mean, I've always wanted your insight on that.
I think it does. Yeah. I mean, now here's the thing. If you don't practice all summer, like when I first started, there were no contact days.
Right.
We did do some things. I mean, you stretched it. Everybody did. But Now it is, you have them, and we use them. And I think that's one of the things that's made us better as a team. But at the same point, we don't. You have to do 9 acclimation days according to the IHSA. But I'm telling you, the way we walked in, a week we were ready to go. And so it's nice this week because we can start finalizing some things. And next week we'll add our set play pieces in. But I mean, I really think we need a true game right now to find out where we stand.
Now, when Friday's the red and gray game, which is a little bit different, a way to just get some reps in. But when's your first real game?
First real game is a week from this Thursday. Yeah,
that's still some time though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And our JV team plays Monday because they're going to be in the tournament down in Wood River. Our tournament doesn't start until Thursday. Since we have teams from Missouri in that tournament, they cannot start until Friday. That's the state. In Misha, that's how you pronounce it over there. They won't allow their teams to start till Friday. So because of that, we're going to go Thursday. We're playing against Jerseyville in the first round of our tournament. Then the other teams are going to pick it up. The other groups will pick it up on Friday. They're playing the Missouri teams, and then everybody plays Saturday. Chris did a fantastic job after last year's nightmare with the heat.
Oh, that was brutal.
Well, it was, and that's why this year we even started.
Well, that's
our
why the
practices
season started. I think that way it did.
It hurt us because we could. But this year, what he did was, and it was brilliant. He just said, "Look, there's no point in fighting this. We're going to set times at 7 o'clock at night." Unfortunately, we had Gordon Moore set up, and then we get the sinkhole disaster. Yeah. Thank God for Glazebrook allowing us to jump in and use their facility, which has been a big plus. So thank you, God, for
really. I didn't know you guys were out there.
We had to because we have to play 3 sites to play.
Gotcha. Okay.
All the games are going to be at 7 o'clock. It used to be 5 and 7. Well, 5 o'clock's not any good. Last year we wouldn't even got the game off because it was so hot. Right now, today it's not. But next week it's supposed to be back in the 90s.
It's going to be 95 Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah. Once that bulb goes up, you can't play. So I thought it was brilliant what he did. He said, look, we're just going to do this. So we've got all the games set to go at night. The downside is 3 different locations. We're going real early Saturday morning, which means not a lot of your good recovery time, but it's the same for everybody. And then we'll come back that evening and finish up. But that way we should be able to get all the games in. So no matter what the temperature goes to, we should be able to get them in.
Now, do the administrators have to go and be at all those sites too?
There's always somebody there. Yes.
Well, good for them to adapt to it, though. Yeah,
that's
wonderful.
One of the things you always see. There's always somebody there. It's a must because I go back to the days when we didn't have that at all, and now you're putting it on the coaches and everybody else. No, this is so nice. And again, Alton High. I give them kudos because they take care of this stuff. I don't have to do a thing when it comes to that. They've got it. Chris takes care of it, setting it and organizing it. Might be an assistant principal, might be the assistant AD. There's going to be somebody at every site in case something happens.
Well, and another thing too is you guys have some excitement too. I mean, you're getting a new turf field on the soccer field.
I wish we had it now.
Well, I wish I had it 10 years ago.
I mean, it beats your knees up. The turf is not as forgiving. But at the same point, you don't worry about rain. You don't. It's just great.
Well, and the grass up there is really tough to deal with. Not because it's bad, but because of just the type of grass they have.
When you got to maintain it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not easy when you've got how many schools that they got to.
And how much is your water bill at home? Could you imagine? Oh God,
And it's watered and I'm going to tell you right now that grass is green. It's too thick because it's grown so well. I mean, that's the thing. It's almost too much. We trained on it yesterday. It was long, which, training, you don't care.
Right.
They're going to hopefully get it cut today. Chris was going to send out a message, but they're super busy with things. I get that, but I hope they can get it cut because it'll make it better for training. But we want to go, since the weather's cool, right after school. I got so many kids that are taking honors courses. And one of the things I'm proudest of last year is that we were recognized by the AHSA for our academics.
Wasn't it 4.0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I thought it was 4.0 or higher.
4.0 was 3.5.
3.5.
You got to be over 3.5, and we were, And that's like, I don't know if that's ever happened before, but that was incredible to me, and I'd like to keep that going. But to do that, it's hard for them to go to school to 3, come home and try to start homework, and then go to practice to 8, and then come back and do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier if you can just get it done, go home, and now the rest of the night is yours. The problem is if that heat goes up next week, we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to adjust again. We have the facilities to do that, which is great, but it still means it's going to be an issue for those kids for their classes.
That makes sense. Now, do you know when the fields are getting done over there?
I have no idea. I know what I was told last summer is that they were going to try to get started as soon as possible with baseball and softball in the infields.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything that I can see right now, but that doesn't mean anything because with weather and all that, the delays come up. I don't know if our field's going to get done it won't be for us, but I think it was supposed to be set for the girls, and it may not now. I don't know, because once you see one thing being delayed, you think they're all going to be delayed, so who knows?
Absolutely. Hey, you had a moment to stick around.
Sure.
We'll take a quick break here. Daily show at 10:48 on a Wednesday. Hit you next. We're still working on our CRM, guys, so just stay tuned with us. But you're watching us here live on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back. 10:50, not 9:52. It'd be a long morning. 10:52, back with Coach Greg Nasello in studio. When does the heart of your conference game start? Because it always surprises me how it kind of picks up. Because it seems like conference doesn't happen until it does, and then you're stuck in conference till the end.
Well, that's just it with ours, because you got to play everybody twice.
Yeah.
And you really don't get out of conference. Once we start, it's just there. We got a couple games mixed in, like Marquette's mixed in and Parkway.
When's Marquette
North
this year?
We played them on Saturday, September 14th.
We'll be broadcasting that one. That's a Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like a Saturday.
Well, Friday, it's football.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, makes sense.
But, like you said, though, that's seriously, we got mostly conference. You throw in our tournament, that's 3 games that, unless we would play Belleville West in the final, because we make sure we separate, but that's it. The rest of, we have Parkway North that we're playing this year. We've got University City that we're playing this year, Granite City, Highland, and Marquette. That's it. The rest is conference.
Well, it seems like, and with the summer league more than I do, it just seems like a lot more kids are definitely more talented. And maybe I shouldn't say that. It just seems like everyone's a lot quicker
I don't think
than.
You're wrong. I think you're absolutely right. It's not just that they're talented. It's every year gets bigger,
right.
faster, stronger.
Right.
That goes without saying. I think more of them are playing club ball where they're being trained better. I think also the kids playing high school are trained better because there's better coaching.
Yeah.
Back then in my day, and I'm not taking this away, I had some great
Right.
coaches, but as far as like soccer knowledge, very little. And to technically teach it, no, none.
Right.
I mean, I had Larry Montgomery at Alton High, who was one of the best motivators. He was great at seeing what the other teams could do, but as far as like how he could teach you
Right.
to do a skill, his thing was basketball and baseball, and he was real good at that. But we didn't have that, and so I think that's the big difference now. These guys are being taught technically young how to do it right, and it shows.
Well, and now what do you guys do in the weeks leading up to the first game? I mean, it's practice a little bit more intense, and then when games come, do you slow down? How does that work for you guys?
Last year it was really tough because we had so many times we were playing back-to-back games.
That was brutal.
It was, and we don't have that this year. We have one back-to-back situation. That's it. And so we've got some gaps in there, which means, one, we can rest. Number two, we can train. Last year, we couldn't even train. I mean, you're playing 3 games in a row.
You're right. What are you
going to
do?
You got to play another game. There's not much you can do. So we tried to adjust the schedule. And again, my AD was real good about helping me get that set up the way would be more conducive. I think once the season goes, though, you've got to tone it down a bit because you're going to have injuries and things that come up. So your best time to get them physically fit and ready is now.
And how are the guys adapting to it all, too? Because there's, just
no issues whatsoever.
Really?
No, we had a real good thing this summer. I got a trainer from UFIT. Aaron Scott came out and worked with us. These guys are stronger than they've been in a.
I think that's part of the problem in local soccer. I truly believe is that there's a fitness issue, and not necessarily like running because we can all run.
Right.
But I meant like core strength.
The core is the thing, and that's what he focused on. And what was beautiful is even though we do core things, wow. He went beyond what I do, which was great, and that's why I wanted him in. But and then we've got UFIT in the offseason with I know JR's doing a lot of things. He was up there last night. So we're getting sports going, and if they follow that year-round, these kids could get so much stronger. And then one thing new at Alton High, they changed now. If you're an athlete in PE, you go into athletic PE, which means right now they're lifting weights.
Good.
3 days a week minimum, which is awesome too. So
that's a good rule.
I
like that.
Understand? I know it's hard because a lot of kids don't get it early on because they've been playing club ball and things. Your body has to be strong, especially in our conference, because it's 3A and it's going to be brutal. Well, and that's in every sport.
Well, you guys have the toughest conference, I think. Yeah. And once you get out of it, if you get out of it in playoffs, you have normally a good run.
It's very difficult to get out. I mean, but it's just I was fortunate enough to coach over in Missouri at MICDS, and I saw what it was when you play at different levels, and then coaching at Marquette with the boys and the girls. And I'm not putting that down, but there is a big difference when you're playing 3A versus 1A.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not because the teams aren't good. The really good teams are the same, but you don't have to play that hard team every day. That's why when our schedule came out, one of the things our AD and I talked about is, can we soften this up a little bit so we can get some teams in there that we not necessarily to win games, but just to calm it down, because my God, when you're playing Collinsville, Edwardsville, Granite City, coming back with O'Fallon, coming back with Belleville West, it's constant physicality, and these kids are physically getting beat up to where you just can't keep doing it.
Well, and you have 35 kids. That's 3 teams.
Problem.
You have technically 3 teams in one program.
Yeah, and it does with no subs.
Yeah,
so that's the problem. That's
that
where
makes
we're
sense. Well, it seems like everyone's getting along though, and everyone's really fired up to play and win.
I tell you, our
that's
seniors.
cool.
That's on our seniors.
Yeah,
they've done a very good job of getting these guys going. My assistant coaches too, because they're the ones running a lot of the things that we do. I'm more the organizer when it comes to that. Here's our plan for today. You're doing this, and we go from there. But right now, it's been a long time since I've had a team like this that came out with this much energy from day one. Yeah, I mean, not like this. I mean, it's just there's not a day I'm going, guys. Yesterday I was talking to him. I said, "What do you think our effort was today?" And it was like, "Oh, it was terrible." And I went, "No. You're just on grass, and the grass is long today, and it's slowing you down, and you think, well, you're not. No, you worked as hard as you've done up to this point.
Right.
Guys, I think it's fantastic what I'm seeing, and I think just the style we're trying to play is really good on the eyes. We're moving the ball. We go long at times, but we're not trying to just play it long up the field and whack it. No, we're connecting passes. We're using our goalkeepers. No, I think we're going to be very
just
good.
Watching your scrimmage, even the JV freshmen weren't scared of touching the ball.
No,
that's the cool thing too.
That's the one good thing about having just 2 levels, because they're forced to go out and play. The downside is I was worried about a couple of them getting physically hurt.
Yeah,
because you never know. But that's the nature of the game.
Well, with that being said, your online store, do you think it's closed? Do you know
I'm
for
not
sure?
sure. You know what? I hate to say it because I really don't know.
Well, that's why you got a good team.
I have great coaches because I have an assistant coach that takes care of the Dustin Calhoun. That's on him. You got this, Dustin.
Well, let us know, Dustin. How about that? But we'll see you at the Red and Gray game.
You bet.
We'll see you at the Alton Marquette game, and then we'll have more, obviously, coverage throughout the year. Best of luck to you, and I hope it goes well.
All right.
We're out of time today. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show. We're going to be talking to Senator Erica Harris. They start a new rugby league in Alton. Wow. Isn't that pretty cool at Northside Park?
I don't understand it, but I love watching it.
We'll talk all about that and more. Until then, just try your best to stay out of jail.
Yes, he did. He said he would. I always leave.